Labour loses, Liberal wins, the media turns around and says, we can't believe it, it's a bombshell. Shorten walks out, conceding defeat and retiring from the position of leader of the opposition. None of this is a surprise. Why? Because the mainstream media had put Labour ahead of Liberal. And we know that if the media says one thing, it's always the opposite. If you look at the betting people out there, all politics aside, all you need to do is look at what the mainstream media said, bet against it, and you will win. And this is no exception. We've seen it before with Donald Trump in America, and now we see it again here in Australia. This is a comfortable win. I'm very proud that the Australian people saw what was happening. Morrison thanks quiet Australians for the coalition victory, and what he meant by that, I think, is that for too long we've seen the voice of the loudest screaming so loudly to ensure that the squeaky wheel gets the grease. But the truth is in the reality of the votes, and the truth is people have had enough of this continual hating of everything that is Australian and this continual glorification of everyone who wants to be a victim. This is a good day for Australia. It's a good day because those who work the hardest will be rewarded the most. Now, this isn't to say that we're going to forget about the struggling Australians. We do have a great system in this country where we will look after everyone, but we haven't adopted an absurd model where we destroy the people who are working the hardest to advance the people who are working the least. For too long, Shorten has been lying and avoiding all the questions in front of the cameras, and the Australian people have spoken with their votes. This is a good day. It's a good day for the country, and I say this to the people who voted Labour. You probably don't realise how good this is for you. If you're upset that Labour lost, you don't actually realise how good this is yet. You know when your parents used to say eat your vegetables and you thought they were being mean, but in fact they were being really good to you? And then you might have had an uncle or one parent who said, yeah, eat as much chocolate cake as you want and just play PlayStation and do whatever you want. Shorten was that latter. He was the latter parent that said, eat as much chocolate as you want, do what you want, it'll all be good. Whereas Liberal is the good parent that says, no, eat your vegetables because it's good for you. A little bit of short-term pain, if you don't like vegetables, for a long-term gain, long-term healthiness. Well done, Australia. It's a good day. The Liberals won 74-66. We should all be proud that truth, logic, reason and reality has bubbled to the surface, and we should all be relieved that the consistency of mainstream media going against what the truth, reality and reason of the situation is always completely at odds at itself. If you want to know more about the conundrum of how the efem and left-wing politics are destroying the West, or at least attempting to, buy my book, Surviving Fourth-Wave-Feminism. If you don't believe that the media is always reporting the opposite, just look at the history throughout the West, including the most recent elections in America. Trump's going to lose, Trump's going to lose, Trump's going to lose. Trump wins. Labour looks like it's going to win, Labour looks like it's going to win, Labour looks like it's going to win. Liberal wins. This is what truth looks like.